At the time, I didn't know if I was going to have a dog at the end of this. He was in and out of the vet hospital. He was in and out of our local vets. So about 2 years ago, Teddy got diagnosed with IMHA, which is a type of anemia. And unfortunately, due to the severity of it, we had quite a lot of vets visits. So over the span of probably 3 months, he was in and out of the vet hospital. He was in and out of our local vets. He had multiple tests done between ultrasounds, bone marrow biopsies, scans with CT and also ultrasounds. So quite a lot of different medical tests, stomach biopsies because he developed ulcers and actually had 3 or 4 blood transfusions because his PCV count, which is your red blood cell count, actually dropped that low that he would have died if he hadn't had them. So it got to quite a pretty severe stage.
Our raw journey started about 5 years ago. So the two Labradors are completely different. Belle is your typical soft Labrador. She's quite lazy and likes to play with her ball and be tickled really and roll around on the floor and play with us. More than with other dogs really. She was born with elbow dysplasia and had a little bit of loose bone removed from her elbow when she was 11 months. So we always have given her joint supplements. Now her sister Betty is completely different. She's much more reserved and more of a dog's dog really, and she really likes to chase bunnies or look for bunnies. I mean, she doesn't catch anything fortunately, and that's her idea of a good time. She goes mountaineering in the sand dunes where we live, and she can spend hours just watching other animals really, and she's a really happy girl. So the final part of our doggy family is our little terrier Glenn. He's nearly 6 and he completed our doggy family. He absolutely adores his big sisters and he thinks he's a small brown Labrador really, but he's absolutely gorgeous and they both love him as well.
Hi, I'm Jude and this is my Alaskan Malamute, Kona. Kona is 5 years old and I adopted her whenever she was 18 months. She is just the sweetest, gentlest, most easygoing dog I've ever known. She's such a sweetheart. We've got 5 cats as well, who are also all raw fed. I was already raw feeding whenever I got Kona. The cats were raw fed and I was doing it myself. And I just decided with having a big dog to feed as well that I wanted something that was just a little bit more convenient and not quite as messy.
One of the Labradors, Betty, kept eating dead things that she found on the beach, and I felt like she was telling me something really. She would eat dead fish and rabbits or dead birds that she found, and they didn't make her ill, but she just was kind of telling us that she wanted to eat meat. So we took the plunge and we gave them a chicken carcass, I think, first of all, and they all absolutely adored it. So that made me look more and more, and my husband was in agreement as well. And fortunately for us, we stumbled really across Bella+Duke, and I saw a video about how the company had been created. So from there, I just got more and more interested in the whole raw feeding, natural healthcare side of things.
And my partner had phoned to say he's really ill. We don't really understand what it is. They're telling me it's this, but I don't understand what she's telling me. And I went onto the Bella+Duke page on the off chance that somebody would know, because everybody seems to have an answer for something or know someone that can actually help you. So I just put on the community page, does anybody understand more about this type of anemia? One of the moderators actually really kindly got back to me and said, yeah, if you let me give you a call today, I'll tell you all the questions to ask, because unfortunately one of her dogs had the same issue.
I think one of the things that I like about the Facebook group is that we've, in spite of the fact that it has grown so much, we've managed to keep that friendly, welcoming feel to it. The team, myself and the other admins and moderators, there's somebody there most of the time to answer people's questions and deal with any concerns that people have and help them out.
I think it was really good from my point of view because I had no idea what to ask. So Angela was able to tell me the main question I asked them is about the red blood cell count, so you understand where the number is. So a healthy dog sits between 35 and 50, let's say. But actually Teddy's was sitting at like 12, which is really, really low.
But the help I got from Bella+Duke, especially the Facebook group, Jude in particular, taught me loads and gave me loads of confidence that I was doing the right thing as well.
Our main purpose is to give advice on raw feeding because that's what Bella+Duke is, and that's what most of the questions are about. But we'll also help out with any aspect of pet ownership.
At the time, I didn't know if I was going to have a dog at the end of this. And she was just really good in that. And it was over a 3-month period, but she checked in every week with me to see how he was doing. Was he gaining weight? And obviously I was telling her like his hair was falling out because he was on quite a lot of really strong drugs at the time for it. And she's like, that's normal. And it was just really nice to have somebody there reassuring you and telling you the right things to ask. And
Speak.
yeah, he's great. We obviously with COVID, we've not had a lot of blood count tests, but his last one was about 7 months ago, and he was back to where a normal, healthy dog should be. He's off all medication, and they said that like he's doing that well that you wouldn't even know that he'd been as ill as he was. Yeah, he's doing so good, and they were amazing. Angela was just great, and so was Jude. Jude and a couple of other moderators always messaged to see how he was doing. So it was nice to know people were thinking about you as well.
Whatever your query or your concern is, we can either answer it ourselves or we can point you in the right direction to get those answers that you need.
I think the community page or even the girls that are in the office are all really helpful. The community is obviously a wider scope, so there will be more than one person that's able to answer your question. They'll be able to work out, is there somebody that's experienced it, or is there somebody where you're just best asking the vet?
In the last few months, we've started to feed the dogs from flat feeding boards. Caroline Spencer explained why it was better, in her opinion, and I agree with her, that dogs do eat from flat boards. And we made the switch and we've never looked back.
We're very welcoming. You don't have to be a Bella+Duke customer to join. You don't even have to be feeding raw to join. You're welcome to come along and be there and learn and take part. Most of the questions will be answered by one of the admin teams, so you can rely on the advice that you're being given as coming from a place of experience. We want to keep it welcoming and friendly and supportive. And we also have a lot of fun there. We play games and we share photos of gorgeous pets, yes, of dogs and cats, and we admire each other's dogs and cats, and just have a lot of fun and make friends. Yeah, I mean, there's friends that I've made in the group that will probably be friends for life, which is, it's a lovely thing to take away from an online community. Come along and join our group and ask questions, and we're more than happy to answer them, whatever they are. We're all there to learn, and we're all still learning all the time. So come along and join us and learn with us, and we can't wait to meet you.